What's going on, Discord? I don't like this. They've changed our layout, boys. Is it because
Why?
Key's not got his
What do
camera
you
on?
mean?
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, he doesn't have his camera on. So once he does that, it'll probably shift me towards the bottom.
Because it's got me top left now. And then, oh yeah, there we go. Okay,
There you go.
It's fixed. Let's
Hey.
fucking go. Oh, that's fucking sick, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special episode of the Nameless NFL show. Tomorrow is Halloween, and as you can see, the boys have showed up with our Halloween gear on. I don't even know where to go from the intro from there.
Justice.
Yeah, just justice. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you are unfamiliar with how we do this show, we look at our picks from last week, talk about last week's games just a little bit, then we get into our weekly picks for the next week of NFL football. It's week 9, my favorite number, and my favorite player is coming back. Lamar Jackson is back for week 9. If that's a coincidence, I don't know if it is or not. But something tells me and let me not talk about the Ravens. I was about to go into a Ravens rant. I've not even done the intro. Let me slow it down. I am your host with the most. I support the Dallas Cowboys, but I also support the Ravens because Lamar Jackson is my favorite player in the NFL. To my left, we have a man representing justice, representing the Dark Knight, representing the 49ers. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I am Crabman, Key Wayne, Crab Shiesty. I also go by.
He's got more nicknames than me. Yeah.
Young Crab, if you're feeling freaky. Niners fan. It's a cold world.
I like Crab Wayne. Crab Wayne might be your name on the title card. And down below us, representing one of my favorite segments in the show with his costume, and also representing the Green Bay Packers. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, it's Q, but I'm feeling more like a big dog of the week after how my Packers played. It was an exceptional game. I'm so happy with how we performed and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, man, if you don't know, get to know. We have a segment called Big Dog of the Week where I give out the award of Big Dog of the Week to someone who performed like a big dog, if you couldn't tell by the name of the award. Also, we have Q's wins and losses, or winners and losers of the week. Q, it's going to be a tough one, I think, for you this week because there were a lot of losers last week, I'll tell you that. Like, I'm sure that's going to be hard for you to decide. But if you are looking forward to seeing our picks, make sure you stay tuned till the end of the show where we're also going to have our pick 6 parlay. Last week, the boys went 3-3, I think, in our pick 6, where we picked 6 anytime touchdown scorers. Gamble responsibly, of course. I'm talking to myself. But, yeah, stay tuned for that. Can't wait to see who the lads have picked for this Halloween special episode. Boys, how are we feeling after last week? I'll tell you first of all, I am feeling bad. I think it was my worst week in the picks, and it was definitely my worst week on the spread picks. I went 5-8 on the spread picks, my first negative record on the picks. I think I went 8-5 on the money line picks. Key, how did you feel about last week? How was your record, and what are you thinking on your Niners? In fact, first of all, I know the Cowboys lost, but the Ravens won, the Packers won. For this whole episode, Key, I don't want to hear you say the words foot or ball. How did your football picks go last week?
My kick circle picks were it wasn't great, lads. Technically, so I was 7-6. Technically, I was 8-5 because I did pick the Ravens on the pick'em and on the show, but then I changed back to the Ravens, and it didn't accept my change back to the Ravens. So, sadness and despair.
Excuses.
I would just like to pay my respects. The Dolphins, I hate yous. I'm not apologising. Ravens, I technically chose them, so I'm not apologising. Texans, I said last week they put it together against us, and they did, and I hate life. Jets, how did the Jets win? I don't know. Broncos, again. Bo Nix, I apologise. 4 touchdowns. I'm very sorry. Packers, I need the Packers to win. I just wanted A-Rod to win, honestly. So Q, forgive me.
I also have to put respect on the Packers, Q. I picked the Steelers. I really thought A-Rod would put it together, man. I really thought we'd see a spectacular display, but we just didn't. We did see a spectacular display in that game, but we'll get to that a bit later on. Q, how are you feeling after last week, picking up a win? Some people can't say that after last week. They don't know what winning feels like. It's bold of me with my fucking 2-5 Ravens to say that, but
Yeah, no, that Packers win had me feeling exceptional, but these picks did not. I went 8-5. Not my best showing, but man, like I said at the beginning or at the end of last week's episode, you would have thought that was a Halloween episode with how many scary games there were. Do you want me to just run through all mine real quick?
if you want to, yeah. If you don't want to say respect to the Dolphins, you don't have to, because I'm not gonna say it. Dolphins, fuck
Well,
out of here.
I mean, I think we just finally figured out what was wrong with Tua because he woke up, his whole left eye was swollen, and then he goes for 4 touchdowns and no picks. Like, is that what was wrong with him this whole time? He just needs the eye patch out there, and he's
Well, the thing is, Q, the
balling
weeks
out.
before that, I thought there was a problem with both of his eyes because he was throwing the ball to people who weren't wearing the same colours as him. So when I heard he had a problem with one eye, I literally said to myself, he's got a problem with both eyes. But he put it together against the Falcons, respect.
Yeah, Jets over the Bengals. I don't know if you guys heard about what happened with Nick Mangold or not.
Yeah.
He's a Jets legend. He unfortunately passed away recently, playing with heavy hearts for sure, on the day of the game, and just like 45 miles out of his hometown, out in Cincinnati, they're able to get a win over the Bengals. Just an absolute thriller from two teams that we were not expecting to have one at all. I picked the Bears over the Ravens. I don't know if it's a time zone difference or what, but when we did the show last week, I knew that Lamar Jackson wasn't going to be playing. And for some reason, I guess that news hadn't made it over there. So I was like, oh, this will be a sneaky good pick for me here. I'll pick the Bears. Then, like 2 days later, they announced half their defense is out, and Caleb Williams plays one of his worst games of the year. So fuck me on that one, I guess. Texans over Niners. Niners, just one of the worst performances in the Shanahan era, unfortunately. Texans played exceptionally well in that game. And Broncos over Cowboys. I thought their win last week, again, it was the Demaryius Thomas game. It was kind of a fluky, magical win. I didn't think they could replicate it. But yeah, this Cowboys defense is just a lot worse than people think. And if the offense can't carry the team, I don't think they're going to be going anywhere. Dak with 2 picks, but even if they score touchdowns and 2-pointers on both those drives, they still lose this game.
Yeah, I had a sneaky feeling that Dak was going to throw a pick in that game, I can't lie. He'd kept it clean for quite some time, but as a long-time Dak Prescott fan, I know he is liable sometimes to throw a pick. I need to put respect on the Chargers, by the way. Last week, I picked the Vikings to beat the Chargers. That was just a terrible pick. I gave my reasonings in last week's episode of why I thought that was going to happen, because I've faded the Chargers a few times this season, and it's worked out for me for those reasons. One of the main reasons was that both offensive tackles were out. I started watching the build-up to the game, and Joe Alt was warming up, and he was playing. So I literally said to the boys in the group chat, bad pick for me, Joe Alt's playing. That is enough to sway me to the Chargers, but I didn't change my picks because we like to keep integrity on this show, don't we, Key? Talk about flip-flopping back and forth between teams. And he's been punished for it with his...
Yeah, you're the last guy to talk about that.
You said it was legal. You told me it was legal. I said, you know what? I don't like that. I'm going to go back to my original pick.
Illegal shift. 5-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Legal day.
I hate you.
Sorry.
Let's see. Dolphins beat the Falcons. What the hell? Kirk Cousins is arse. Jets beat the Bengals. This is all my picks that I got wrong, by the way. It's actually not a bad 5 picks. Obviously, I picked the Cowboys to beat the Broncos. Being a Cowboys fan, never bet against my team. But I genuinely did think we would beat the Broncos, I can't lie, after that Giants performance. Already said respect to the Packers. I was actually not familiar with your game. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit of a Packers hater. I'm like, I need to see more. I need just to prove it to me in this game here. Hey, fair play, you know. But that's it for my picks. Should we get to Q's winners and losers of the week, Q?
Just real quick, I thought somebody picked the 49ers last week. You want to tell them what happened there?
Well, apparently in the video, I said 49ers, but that must have been a translation error. And I actually picked the Houston Texans. Now, I actually picked the Niners on the spread, -1.5. But on the money line picks, I have Texans locked in. So, don't know what happened there. But 8-5, the record speaks for itself. 49ers, I told you, this is the week I'm picking you, which means you're going to lose, which is why the Texans won. So, Shout out to the Texans. I don't know how the fuck they won that with no receivers out as well. Maybe I should be 7-6 on this week, but don't hate the player. Hate the motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker like me, man. I love the game. Let's get to Q's winners and losers of the week.
Yeah. So my biggest winner, there were a lot of teams that put on dominating performances, but the biggest winner for me has to be the one that got their first win of the year. Again, playing with the heavy hearts out there. Jets definitely played their hearts out for Nick Mangold and company, and just like I said, an absolute great game from two teams that you wouldn't really expect. It was like the Jets Steelers at the beginning of the year. Jets finally get their win, and I think they said that's enough because I'm pretty sure they got their win and then go on a bye week next week. But my biggest loser, again, so many of these games are just like complete blowouts. It's been very crazy to watch this year. My biggest loser, though, oh man, there's so many to choose from. This is one I
Right?
actually didn't write down, but I think I'm gonna have to give it to the Minnesota Vikings as my biggest loser of the week. And Kevin O'Connell, respectfully, man, what did Carson Wentz do to you? That man is playing for his childhood team. He's putting his blood, sweat, and tears into this game, putting everything on the line for you against this scary Chargers defense, and you were just letting him get killed over and over and over. And for what? I know, like, your supposedly amazing QB JJ McCarthy's rolled his ankle, but you've seen him like hopping his own players when they tumble out of bounds on the sidelines. Ankle looks pretty healthy to me. And you got Carson Wentz out there getting just absolutely killed to the point where his shoulder's fucked and he's done for the entire season. You don't even trot out your rookie quarterback Brosmer to see what he can do, as if as respectfully as if he could do much better against this team. And it was just coaching malpractice, it felt like, from Kevin O'Connell and company over there. Not their greatest showing at all. Very, very disrespectful to Wentz. And yeah, they're my biggest losers of the week for that reason.
Can I jump in there? I have a little tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. I think JJ McCarthy is healthy, but I just don't think they trust him to run the offense. I know he did okay. You remember the first game they had? He looked complete shite, and then they had a little comeback, and then everyone was like, hey, he might be something, but then the games after that, he again looked like absolute shite. So I think they actually wanted Carson Wentz to be the guy. And that a little conspiracy theory here, and obviously he's fucked and he's injured now, out for the season. Pardon my language, by the way. Whoa, what's going on with this guy? Like, calm down, you know? But no, I think Carson Wentz, they wanted him to still be in there, even though JJ McCarthy is healthy. Now they have no choice but to play this rookie. And I can see them before the end of the trade deadline, which is like a week away, I want to say, 4th of November, maybe. I can see them trading for a QB. I can see a little reunion with Key's guy, Kirk Cousins. That's a lot of money for them to take on, so I don't know if they do that, but they've got a rookie quarterback contract there, you know, with JJ McCarthy. What, you think they'll get Shador? I don't see the Browns trading. I would love it, don't get me wrong. Kevin O'Connell with Shador Sanders. Oh, I might have to get me a Vikings jersey, Q, I'm sorry. But, yeah, that's my little tinfoil hat conspiracy. I think JJ McCarthy's been healthy, and they're still playing Wentz, and now they have no choice but to get him, and they'll go and trade for a QB. Because JJ McCarthy, it's early, you know, he's a rookie, well, technically, but he's still got a lot of room to grow, a lot of time to grow. I'm not completely writing him off yet, but I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's the guy right now.
I mean, I've definitely been hearing a lot of the soft benching talk too, but let me just say it's also hilarious whenever you have guys like Lamar Jackson who are out for multiple weeks with a hamstring, and people are coming talking about, oh, is this a soft benching for Lamar Jackson?
Hey, Snoop Huntley looked good last week though. No, I'm playing.
Hey, yeah, you know, that was one of my other biggest losers, is the Bears. Because how the fuck do you lose to Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley? But, you know.
He looked good, man. He looked better than Cooper Kush. He looked way better than Cooper Kush running that offense, you know. So, moving on. Our final segment in the weekly recap. Big dog in the house. Big dog of the week. Now, this award I said last week, it's going to end up being like MVP, where it just goes to a quarterback all the time. Because QBs, they have the ball every single play. They can make stuff happen. I don't want it to turn out to be a quarterback award. Baker Mayfield's won it twice. Bo Nix won it once. I want to give credit to other positions in this award. And especially on the defensive side of the ball, which is why for this week we're going to have 2 awards, one for an offensive player and one for a defensive player, because I want to put respect on both sides of the ball. You know, there's a lot of big dogs in this league, but for this week, even though his team lost, I'm giving a Big Dog of the Week award to Myles Garrett. 5 sacks. Are you kidding me? There's not much else you can ask for. Yeah, fantastic 5. You know what I'm saying? 5 sacks, bro, in one game is crazy. He was eaten out there. Will Campbell, welcome to the NFL. Little T-Rex arms getting battered away by Myles Garrett. Big arms, that's what real arms look like. Will Campbell. He's had a decent season so far, as well, Will Campbell, so I don't want to slate him too much. I feel funny talking crazy about players and teams when I'm dressed like this, by the way. I think it's actually hilarious. But Myles Garrett's Big Dog of the Week, 5 sacks. Get him out of there. Jerry, pick up the phone. He's not happy, clearly. Well, then he signed a 60 million contract, whatever the fuck he's on. He chose this life, you know? But at the end of the day, how long can you stay in Cleveland and just lose every week? That just sounds miserable. I don't care if you've got 40 million per year in the bank account. Anyway, let's move on to Big Dog of the Week on the offensive side of the ball. This one, Q is going to be very happy because I saw absolute cinema in this game last week. Packers, Steelers. The Steelers are known for running 13 personnel a lot this season. Pat Fryermuth, Darnell Washington, 6'7". Also, Jonnu Smith they traded for from the Dolphins. But it was not a tight end from the Steelers that made headlines in this game. It was Tucker Kraft. This guy, 7 receptions, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Big Dog of the Week goes to Tucker Kraft. Absolutely unbelievable performance from him. Honestly, that guy was on a fucking mission that day. I don't know what was in his breakfast, but every catch he got, bro, he was getting yards. If you put the ball in his hand, he was going for it, you know what I'm saying? 2 touchdowns as well. Unbelievable, Q. Shout out to your guy over there. I wonder if a 49er will ever win Big Dog of the Week, because now we have a Packer who's won it. Will a Niner ever win it? We'll have to wait and see. I know you wanted Mac Jones to win it the other week, didn't you, Key? When he was against the Rams.
I think the host is too biased to pick a 49er.
Well, that's why it's my award. I get to do whatever I want. I make the rules. And the rules are, there are no rules. Let's move into our week 9 picks. Key, do you want to do Big Justice of the Week? Big Justice isn't that the fucking... Isn't that the Costco kid?
My name's Big Justice, and this is the Big Sloppy.
Oh... Okay.
My Justice Giver of the Week, Bo Nix, for handing out 4 Justice touchdowns.
He's just a Cowboys hater, even though you've got Pickens and Jake Ferguson in your fantasy team. Can you just drop those guys? They're going to sit on your bench the rest of the season now. Can I just have them, please? Shout out to Jake Ferguson, by the way, for dropping a goose egg on National Tight Ends Day. 0 points in fantasy. That's kind of crazy, bro. Anyway, week 9. We're starting off Thursday Night Football. My Baltimore Ravens traveling to Miami. 7.5 points on the spread in favor of the Ravens. Week 9, number 8 is back. Lamar Jackson. I can't wait to watch this guy play football again, bro. I'm going with a Jackson 5. 4 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Give me the Ravens on the spread. -7.5. Nah, make that -21. That's crazy. Don't actually do that, but still, give me Ravens on the spread. Q, who've you got?
You know, this definitely feels like an area where the Dolphins could get some momentum off their last win, and Lamar could come in looking a little bit rusty. But I can't pick against them, man. I'm going with the Ravens as well. And yeah, not a whole lot of analysis. It's just those special kind of players can definitely swing things.
Nice. Okay, I left you for last on this one because I know you're a fan of the Dolphins. This guy's Devon Achane in his fantasy team. He's picked the Dolphins a lot in this season. I don't think you picked them last week when they got their first or I guess second win of the season. So are you picking the Dolphins off the back of a win? Are you backing your boy Devon Achane, or are you going with my Ravens?
Me and the Dolphins are like this guy and the Niners. When I pick them, we lose. When I don't pick them, they win. This week I'm not picking them. Nothing to do with wanting the Ravens to lose. I just don't want the Dolphins to win. So I'm picking the Ravens.
Good stuff, man. Let's move into The 6 o'clock games. Last week I said the games were different, but I didn't realize the UK and the US do daylight savings at a different time in the year. That just seems backwards to me. So last week, the 6 o'clock games were at 5 o'clock. They're back to 6 o'clock now. It was fun while it lasted, honestly. You know, having it an hour earlier so I didn't have to stay up all night. But shout out to All Might. I am here. My Hero season fucking 8 is going crazy, by the way. This is just a random side tangent. Q, have you been watching My Hero, bro? This shit's going fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was moved. Are you up to date? Bro.
Yeah, I'm up to date.
Bro, Bakugo? Bro, I was moved, bro. I was moved. Absolute cinema. Anyway, let's get back to the NFL.
You can... I'm looking at him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at him.
That is funny.
I can't wait till you watch that back. I'm just sat here like...
Oh, shit. I think I just rubbed off near the fucking thing. Oh, lad, that's funny, bro. That is funny. You guys seen the new Batman?
I heard the click when you were loading that one up.
Oh, that's unbelievable, man. Chicago Bears at Bengals. Bears favorites by 2.5 points. Key, do you want to kick us off for this one?
Yeah. So, the Bears actually amazed me last week with how arse they are against a Lamarless Ravens. But again, the same goes for Cincinnati and the Bengals, proving how arse they are against the Jets. So I feel like this is just a stink off. But I'm riding with Jamar Chase and Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. I'm taking the Bengals.
Bears. This really does feel like a 6 o'clock game. You know, if this was at any other time of the week, I would have been mad. Q, who are you picking in this one?
Bears. Every time I try to do something for Chicago, I try to root for the Blackhawks. They lose. I try to do just anything to hype them up. I pick a team based on this new band that I've been recently enjoying. Doesn't do shit for me. I'm not going to do it again. Give me Bengals in this one. It's probably going to be close. It's probably going to be an ugly game, but typical 6 p.m. you guys, 12 p.m. us, just kind of garbage game that's in the background to all these other ones. Give me the Bengals.
See, I've been impressed with Chicago's offense this year with Ben Johnson, obviously at the helm, being the new head coach and also play caller. I saw a stat the other day, though, that was like comparing Caleb Williams' stats from the first 7 weeks of this season to last season, and it's basically the same stats, which just sounds crazy because from watching the Bears, I feel like Caleb's looking a lot better than he did last year. Last week against the Ravens, though, he looked fucking good and terrible, I'll tell you that. I knew a loss was coming for the Bears. I didn't think they could sustain. What were they going into that game 4-2? Didn't think they could sustain that, especially because a lot of their play came from defensive takeaways, and you just can't rely on that every week. It's like certain teams in the NBA relying on the 3-ball. You live and die by it, you know, because one game, that 3-ball's not going to fall, and then what are you going to do? You know, and last week we saw there was no takeaways, I believe, for the Bears defense, and they ended up losing the game against Joe Flacco's Bengals here at home for the Bengals. I really want to pick the Bears. I really do. And I'm going to pick the Bears because that Bengals defense is shite. Give me the Bears. But I'm low-key tempted to take Bengals plus the points. I thought they'd be favourites at home, the Bengals. Plus 2.5, you can get them out here on the Pick'em. By the way, join our Pick'em league down below. I always forget to say this. ESPN Pick'em, you just go on there, tap and make your picks. Link down below to join our league. I always forget to plug it, which is why no one fucking joins it. Or maybe it's just because no one fucking watches. Anyway, let's go with the Bears. Fuck it. Let me be the different guy. Chicago. Let's ride. Next game, we got the Vikings at the Lions. NFC North matchup. 8.5 point favorites for the Lions. Quick one for me. The Vikings suck. Quarterback play, well, they don't, but the quarterback play sucks. Half of their offensive line is out. Andrew Van Ginkel is questionable. Give me the Lions minus 8.5. It's a lot of points, but the Lions put up points. That's just what they do. They win and they cover. Q, NFC North rivals here. Who you taking?
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those where I'm feeling Lions by 30. It's going to be a bloodbath out there. Whoever they got a quarterback for the Vikings is going to have probably one of their roughest games of the entire year. Lions finally putting it together after week 1. Can I also just say I've seen Lions fans on Twitter trying to diminish the Packers' record this year, being like, "Oh, they didn't play any legitimate teams." Who did we play Week 1? Do you guys remember who we played Week 1?
Lions, wasn't it? It was and that was a moody
Yeah,
game. That was a moody game.
yeah. But hell, I mean, if they're just gonna throw themselves under the bus and be like, "Oh, you guys didn't play anybody legit," whatever. But if you talk about how the Packers might have a cupcake schedule, that's what they're saying. These guys both have the Lions or same division, but they're playing Vikings, and I don't know. But yeah, give me Lions in this one.
Okay.
It's going to be a threesome, lads.
It's gonna be a what now?
The way the Lions are playing, man, it's amazing me, honestly. I just can't believe the Packers raw dogged them the way this team is. Plus, with the Vikings having a wet flannel at QB, I feel like there's not even a chance, honestly. So, yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
Good shit, man. Let me do my usual schizophrenic check to make sure we are recording. And we are. Okay. Sometimes I just get this voice in my head that's like, hey, by the way, you forgot to click record. And I'm like, shit, let me check.
Now back to your regularly scheduled schizophrenia.
Yeah, it
I
never
get
goes
that, but
away.
it just says, just us.
Yours is just your alter ego coming out. Moving on. Another NFC North team playing at 6 o'clock here on Sunday. Green Bay Packers hosting the Carolina Panthers. I'm ready right now. Let's go with the Packers money line. I'm taking, though, the Panthers to cover the spread because the spread in this one is plus, well, I guess for the Panthers, plus 12.5. In fact, if Andy Dalton's playing, because as of right now, we don't know who they're starting. If Andy Dalton's playing, give me Packers on the spread. If Bryce Young is playing, give me... Nah, fuck it. Either way, who starts? 12.5 is too big of a spread. Give me Panthers on the spread, but Packers on the money line. Key, who have you got?
You know, is there really even anything to say? Yeah, it's a Packers team firing on all cylinders versus a Panthers team being heavily carried by Bryce Young, who is questionable, by the way. So, with that in mind, I really think it's going to be Packers by 14.
Bears. Q.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too, man. I will say, Matt LaFleur's strategy of trying to go 1-0 every week, sometimes it feels like you didn't learn anything from the previous week that worked. But oh my God, if this last game he learned something, is he learned to finally cut down on those wide receiver screens.
Oh,
We finally let Jordan Love loose. You saw those deep balls. He was slinging that thing out there. Absolutely incredible performance from him. Finally, this is what we need. We need to quit throwing these dink and dunk extension of the run game screen passes and actually fire it downfield because that's what Jordan Love does best. And I'm so glad we got to see it against the Chargers. The Steelers. I hope we can see it again here against the Panthers. Obviously, I'm going with the Packers, but the biggest story this week, Packers got their new throwback uniforms with the faux leather helmets. What's Romeo Dobbs' Guardian cap going to be looking like? That's the biggest story of the week.
It's going to be looking like a whole cow up there, bro. It's going to be looking like a whole cow worth of leather on his head. I wonder...
people always clown Romeo Dobbs for his Guardian cap, but Savion Williams, our kick returner, his is much worse. And plus, half the time he gets tackled on a kickoff, the back of it flops over like somebody's trunk opened when they get in a car crash.
Do you know what I've just envisioned? Batman with a Guardian cap. That'd be funny as fuck. Oh man, so
We're all just trying to not be too at this point. We're all wearing Guardian caps.
Yeah,
not be Tua.
Tua should get one himself. So we all pick the Packers there, right? 12.5 points seems like a lot on the spread. What's the DB for the Panthers? JC Horn, is it? Is that his name? He's balling out, bro. He's balling out this season. You see his one-handed pick the other week in the end zone. Fucking play of the week, big dog of the week. Anyway, let's move on. Another big spread here. 9.5 points. The LA Chargers favorites against the Tennessee Titans. Give me Chargers to win and cover. Q.
It's just literally same here. Chargers win and cover.
Key.
I agree. It's an easy game for the Chargers, and honestly, might even get easier because Cam Ward might just decide to give you a pick six just for the fun of it. I mean, he might throw it backwards.
Might throw it backwards. Throw it back on you.
Pause.
Key, what are you doing if
Pause.
Cam Ward throws it back on you?
Justice.
Good answer.
Bestowing justice
Good
upon him.
answer. Let's move on.
Justice day. Sorry.
I hate this guy. Chat, can we ban him? Yeah, not much analysis needed for that game. The Tennessee Titans are absolute shite. 9.5 points. That's only, 2 possessions, touchdown, field goal. That seems quite generous. I thought it would be in the double digits. It probably has moved by now. But let's move on to a very bizarre spread. I don't know which way to pick this one, so I'm going to hand it off to Q. We've got the Atlanta Falcons. In fact, Q, you haven't started for a while, have you? I can give you this one. Atlanta Falcons at the New England Patriots. Patriots favorites at home by 5.5 points. Very awkward spread here. Questionable whether Michael Penix or Kirk Cousins will start. Questionable as whether Drake London will be ready for this game. Key, you're a Kirk Cousins fan. How did you feel about him last week? And what are you going to say about him this week if he does play?
You know, it's a battle of two of my favourite QBs in the league.
I wonder why.
As you know, I'm Drake May lover.
I wonder why they're his favourites, Q.
White males. Well, I'm doing bat face right now. Sorry, guys. Can we get rid of that one?
That's staying in. That's funny.
Anyway, Drake May lover's back. I don't know why, but this Falcons defense has been utter shite for 2 weeks. Shite. I don't know what the hell is going on with them, honestly. I really don't. Losing to the Niners and then getting destroyed last week. There's nothing more, honestly, I can say. I think they're in a rut. I don't think this is the game they climb that hill. So, Drake May lover, Tom Brady with wheels, Pats in 5.
Do you have Drake May in your fancy?
No.
No. I thought you had him still. Because I saw you dropped Baker again. You've picked up and dropped
Jones.
Baker like 3 times.
Indiana Jones?
Anyway, Q, who have you got in this one, bro?
Yeah.
Sorry. Did you see that tweet from the NFL that said they called Indiana Jones? They called him Indiana Dimes.
Indiana Dimes. Yeah.
It was on purpose.
Bait used to be believable. Q, take it away, bro. I'm sorry.
Danny Dimes died in Jersey. Anyway, yeah, I think the spread's a little bit awkward because people are still so high on Bijan and Drake London balling out because we've seen it in the past. But with their quarterback situation right now, it's kind of up in the air on how they're going to perform. But what's not in the air about how they're going to perform is this Patriots team. I'm scared, guys. I don't like how the Pats have figured out their quarterback situation again. I don't like it. I know some guys love it, but I don't like it. And yeah, I'm gonna have to unfortunately pick the Patriots on this one.
I hate when it comes down to me to try and be different because I want to be different and pick the Falcons here. If Kirk Cousins is starting, no way. If Michael Penix is starting, if Drake London is healthy, give me the Falcons. It's a conditional pick here. I'm going to change it off camera based on the injury reports. If Drake London and Michael Penix are playing for this game, give me the Falcons to cover the spread, plus 5.5. But for now, we're considering no Drake London. Kirk Cousins is starting. Give me Drake May and Christian Gonzalez. The cure to male loneliness. Drake May and Christian Gonzalez. Let's. Did you see that video of Drake May reading out like tweets about him, and every tweet was from Drake May lover? That was fucking class. Give me the Patriots though. Drake May is playing sensational. They are 6-2. For some reason, when I see that 6-2, I just feel like that's not sustainable. They're gonna lose soon, and I feel like this is a decent place to do it. That Falcons team has been up and down. I think they've got a consistent unit on that defense, but it's whether the offense can move the ball or not. Because we saw last week, when your offense can't move the ball, like those defensive linemen, they're in the trenches fighting every single play. They get back to the sideline, like finally a break. Oh, what do you mean Kirk Cousins has gone 3 and out? I've got to go back in already? Damn. Didn't even get a chance to get no Gatorade, you know what I'm saying? So that's how defenses get worn down and end up getting fucking 30 points dropped on the head by Tua Tango turnover. So let's just move on because we've got a big game here. It is our boy Crabway and his 49ers against our fourth co-host who hasn't joined the show yet. He was planning to this week, but it turned out not to be the case. It's the New York Giants hosting the 49ers. This is a big one. Two of the boys' teams playing against each other. Last time two of the boys' teams played against each other, it was a thriller. Ended up being a draw. Nobody wants to see that. Key, do you think this game's going to be a draw? Sadly, you can't pick draw on the NFL Pick'em, but I'm guessing that you're going to go with the Niners, but give us your little breakdown of this game.
You know,
minus 2.5 points favorite, by the way. I don't know if I said that. You guys are favorites by minus 2.5.
If the Giants had the whole team, I'd be a lot more worried than I actually am. Obviously, with Scat going down, he's in our prayers. It's typical MetLife. It wasn't even at MetLife, but anyway, MetLife case just comes with them. But obviously, Malik Neighbors, Scat, it's a lot of their team have gone down. I know it's only 2 players, but it's a lot of their offense. It is still scary. Obviously, with how bad the Niners defense was last week, like you said, Scott, there was when your defense is constantly going out and then coming straight back in and going out, coming straight back in, and you're not getting much progress. I think the whole first half, it was just like I think we had like, I'm sure, I can't even remember. I'm sure we had like 4 minutes or like 6 minutes on the ball in the whole first half. It was tough, man. If we do that again against the Giants, they'll also punish us. So we can't be doing that. But it's just like it seems like we lose 2 players a game.
Yeah, your injury case is absolutely insane. Isn't D Winters questionable now for this next game too?
Yeah, and Bryce Huff. It's tough, man. It really is. But it's like, you know, I might be Batman, but we need to bestow justice upon that Niners medical team. We need to get them out. What are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? They've got more players on IR than my fantasy. It's a hard life, lads. But I know Brock's more than likely not playing. Obviously, BA is still out. We've got Ricky Pearsall's probably not playing. Joan Jennings has got 500 injuries. He's still playing. He's barely got a rib to him. It's going to be a tough one. But I'm never not going to pick my Niners. It's going to be a masterclass. It's going to be George Kittle touchdown, CMC touchdown. And I just want to say, Brock, I miss you more than I miss me ex.
I think you need to get off to a quick start here against the Giants. I'm looking at the plays from last week. Your first 3 drives resulted in a punt. You had 4 plays for 3 yards, 3 plays for 7 yards, and 3 plays for 5 yards. That is not good enough. You know, you need to be better. I know that Texans defense is real, but this Giants defense is real too. You know, they've got a good front line. So we'll see how this one goes. Q, who have you got in this game?
Like I said last week, it seems like the more the Niners get injured, the better they play. But I think it finally reached the breaking point, and they've kind of fallen off their one of their worst performances in the Shanahan era last week. But I don't know, man. I'm not sold on the Giants. I know Jackson Dart has been playing pretty well for a rookie quarterback in that situation, especially after losing his number 1 receiver. But that was also kind of before the breakout of Scadaboo, and once Scadaboo started going, he was able to kind of bounce, use him a lot in the game and keep it competitive with him. But without him, it's going to be very tough. And the Giants have a great front 7. I don't know if I believe in anything past that too much. So I think 49ers are going to get back to their winning ways, but in a very close game. Give me 49ers.
Yeah. Tom, I know you're watching, bro, because he actually watches the contents unlike this guy. Tom, this one's for you. I'm picking the San Francisco 49ers, which means the Giants are going to win. Give me the Niners minus 2.5. Tom, that's for you, bro. Let's move on to a game which I feel, controversially, this could be my worst take of the year. I feel like this is a trap game. Indianapolis Colts, the 7-1 Indianapolis Colts, looking like the best team in the NFL right now, traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. The spread is only 3.5. I thought it'd be at least a touchdown plus with how good the Colts have been playing. So this makes me think Vegas might know something that we don't. To me, this genuinely feels like a trap game where everyone's like, hey, the Colts are fucking flying. 3.5 points on the spread. Give me that. Let me bet the spread. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers go out there and cause an upset. Now, I really want that to be the narrative so I can look back and say, hey, I cooked. But can I bet against Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones? I apologize. And Jonathan Taylor, who's looking like the best player in the NFL right now. I said a few weeks ago it was Bijan Robinson. Jonathan Taylor is the best player in the NFL right now. I just saw his headphones slide off. That was 40 hours, bro. Oh, man. How are they staying on? Are they behind the ears?
Yeah.
That's funny. You just try and put them on top of the ears and see if they just come down. Oh, what do you look like now? I don't even... What do you look like now? Oh, you look like a lucha libre, bro. That's funny. Oh, you look like you're about to go one-on-one with the Undertaker. Oh, man. Yeah. I want to say Pittsburgh plus 3.5. I'm not going to do it, though. Give me the Colts minus 3.5. Oh, I really want this to be Steelers, though. Nah, give me Colts minus 3.5. Q?
Yeah, I think we definitely saw the Steelers defense starting to fall apart a little bit. I believed in them at the beginning of the year, but right now they are just not playing up to their full potential, especially not playing like they got paid. They're one of, if not the highest paid
I think
defense
it's
in
the
the NFL
highest.
right now.
Yeah.
A lot of old players that look like they're going over the hill right now. Cam Hayward didn't do a whole lot. Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay didn't do a whole lot. And look, man, this Colts team under Carly Ursay, I know a lot of people on Twitter are giving her flack because basically she's a woman in sports and oh, like who belongs there, you know? But she is a dropped in dude.
No, we're not
She
doing
is
that.
a dropped interception. She's a dropped interception and a fumbled touchdown away from being undefeated right now. You realize that? Like against the Rams, they dropped a pick, which led to 3 points, and they fumbled the touchdown away, which obviously didn't give them any points. But outside of those two mistakes, they've been essentially perfect this
Three,
entire season.
technically 3 mistakes,
And
because that Rams winning touchdown, they had 10 players on the field. Who knows, that 11th man
yeah,
could have made the
well,
tackle.
yeah, I mean, I still think that the Colts are gonna do pretty good in this game, especially if they give it to Jonathan Taylor. We saw them stuff Josh Jacobs a lot, but I think a lot of teams are still in the mindset of like, oh, if we just like focus Josh Jacobs and have Jordan Love beat us, what's gonna happen then, right? 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That's what's going to happen. And they might do the same thing where they're like, oh, if we just go all out on Jonathan Taylor, we can probably shut this team down. But I think he's been the MVP of the league this year. And hell, even Daniel Jones, I just saw a stat that was like he has I think he has 7 games with 100 passer rating or more. And the only guys that have more are Aaron Rodgers and some guy from the Patriots, I think. And in both those years, those guys won MVP. So Indiana Jones has definitely been holding up his end of the bargain. I think he's going to continue to do that. Give me Colts over Steelers.
Key, who have you got on this one, bro?
I really want to be different, guys. I really do. But I think with Daniel Jones under centre, playing the way he is, and of course with JT being the force that he is, I really can't see them losing. I think it should be closer than the Pick'em has it at 78%. Colts, 22% Steelers, because obviously when you got A-Rod for the Steelers, anything can happen. Honestly, he's the man, the myth, the legend, MVP. But I want to be so cool and say Pittsburgh, but I just can't. I'm picking the Colts.
Yeah, exact same here. Like, I really want it to be, like, I do think that there's a trap game coming for the Colts. I don't know how sustainable this is, but then at the same time, they're healthy. They haven't dealt with any injuries. Go on.
A trap game at Pittsburgh. Are they going to blow up the stadium again? The Dark Knight over here.
Damn, that's his That's his story. I was waiting for him to say justice, but he didn't say it. He didn't get the hint.
JT's gonna blow it up.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a great one. Yeah, speaking of Jonathan Taylor, right? This is a crazy stat. So I saw a list of the scoring leaders in the NFL, and this is in terms of points. So this also includes kickers, because every time a kicker gets a field goal or a PAT, obviously 1 point for a PAT, 3 points for a field goal. Jonathan Taylor is the leading scorer in the NFL in terms of points, with 86 points he's put on the board by himself. In the top 15, he is the only non-kicker in the top 15 for points, and he's number 1. Brandon Aubrey is second with 74 points. My guy, come on now. But literally, the top 15 is all kickers, and then Jonathan Taylor top by 12 points. He is playing out of his mind. The Colts offensive line, they are playing unbelievable. We looked last year at Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles, and a lot of Saquon's success came from that O-line being how good it was last year. One of the greatest O-lines ever put together, people said. We're seeing the same thing with the Colts this year. Their O-line are playing unbelievable. Jonathan Taylor is a great back. His balance is fucking insane. Daniel Jones, if you load the box to stop JT, Daniel Jones can air it out. You've got Tyler Warren playing like a Rookie of the Year candidate. You've got Michael Pittman. It's Michael Pittman, right? What's the other guy? Pierce?
Yep.
He's playing out of his mind. Everyone's great for the Colts. The defense too. I really want to pick the Steelers here, and I can see a trap game coming because, again, looking at the record, 7-1 does not feel sustainable. But on paper, everything just says the Colts are the best team in the NFL right now. Give me the Colts to win and cover. Let's move on to the final of the 6 o'clock games. This one, very awkward spread again. Only 1.5 points on the spread. Denver Broncos at the Houston Texans. Give me the under on this game. Two of the best defenses, in my opinion, in the NFL. Patrick Surtain is out, though. That's a big one. I have Texans minus 1.5 on the spread here. But yeah, give me the Texans. Give me the Texans defense to win this game for them. Put Bo Nix under pressure. Sean Payton's going to be calling a lot of screen passes and stuff like that. But when you've got Derek Stingley Jr., you've got Will Anderson, you've got Danielle Hunter, give me the Texans to win this game. I'm not confident in that because I'm still not confident in CJ Stroud. But give me the Texans and let me hand it off to Key inside zone.
I think this one's going to be hard D on hard D. I think it's going to be low scoring, but I think the Broncos and Bo Nix edge it. I think Bo Nix is just wow. He's up there, lads. 4 touchdowns last week against a shaky defense.
I could have 4 touchdowns at least against that defense.
You know, but you don't. You know what I mean? Bo Nix is going
Hey, Kevin
2.
O'Connell, give me a chance. You know, give me a chance.
It's gonna be a 21-10. That's what I'm giving.
To the Broncos.
That's what I think. Broncos in 5.
Question: does this pick have anything to do with being salty about being beat by the Texans last week?
You know, in my notes, it might say this was purely from spite and pettiness, but you know, Batman doesn't have any enemies.
Yeah, I mean he does. Well, you know,
I feel like
wrong anime.
I feel like that's an iconic part of his character.
Batman goes on a Thorfinn arc. He meets the Joker, and the Joker's just like throwing fucking acid in his face, and he's like, "I have no enemies."
Come on, boys. I'll do it for Harley Quinn too.
Wouldn't we all? Q. Speaking of Qs, Harley Q. No, it's not.
Yeah. This one, I think this is the game that I was going back and forth on the most, and I'm trying to like picture in my head like what's like the morning after the game article gonna be on this game, and I'm thinking about it, and I think that the title that I'm picturing I see most vivid is Stroud hits his stride. I think Stroud is finally playing very good. It was an injured 49ers defense, but also the Broncos are going to be without PS2, and their defense has not been playing up to the potential. They showed it against the Cowboys, but outside of that, and outside of like a absolutely insane fourth quarter against the Giants, I have not seen a whole lot from him. I've seen Stroud finally picking it up a little bit, balling out. I think it's going to be a very close game, probably a very low scoring game, but give me Texans in this one.
Anytime I think it's going to be a low scoring game, it ends up being an absolute shootout. So fully anticipate the over hitting in this game. Don't even know what the line is right now, but I do know the line for this 9:05 kickoff game. Jacksonville Jaguars coming off a bye week against the Las Vegas Raiders. -3.5 favorites for the Jags. The Raiders, Max Crosby, you know you're my guy. Come to the Cowboys, because this Raiders team, absolute shite. They have just made a pickup. Tyler Lockett reuniting with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, the ex-Seattle Seahawk. I guess the Raiders are just rebuilding the fucking Seahawks team. I bet they wish they had fucking Marshawn Lynch. But Marshawn Lynch, wait, hold on. He was an ex-Seahawk too, and then a Raider. What is going on with the connection between the Seahawks and the Raiders? I don't know. And it doesn't matter because I'm picking the Jags. Key, who have you got on this one?
I was actually close to picking the Raiders in this one. I saw Brock Bowers is supposed to be back, but they were aiming to have him back after the bye. I just can't with Geno at the wheel. Honestly, I really want him. I'm just not sold on this Jags team either. So it's like a 50-50, but I'm more sold on Trevor Lawrence than I am Geno Smith. So just purely off of that, I'm taking the Jags.
Yeah. I'm looking at the injury report, and the Jaguars, they got Devin Lloyd as one of their best defensive pieces. He's questionable. BTJ is questionable, but we haven't
He's been
really seen a
questionable all
whole lot
season,
of
yeah.
him this year. Yeah. I want to be a lot higher on this Raiders team because I love Ashton Genty. He's my Heisman, but I just can't against this Jaguars team. The Jaguars, they've been going up and down all season, but like you can't beat the Chiefs Sunday Night Football prime time and go up against the Raiders and have me pick the Raiders. Like I'm going Jags on this one. I think it's going to be a slugfest, but yeah, give me Jags in this one.
Something that concerns me is Brian Thomas Jr. is the leading receiver for the Jags. 365 yards. That's not good. That's shit. But do you know who else is shit? Geno Smith. 10 interceptions on this season. 10. We're in week 9. Didn't he have a bye week 2? Or am I tripping?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure both these teams came off a bye.
Yeah, 2-5. You've played 7 games and thrown 10 interceptions. That's insane. So give me Trevor Lawrence to win, and I can see a sneaky, coming off the bye week, we've had a lot of time to prepare, a sneaky big game for Travis Hunter. I'm betting on this guy because I want to see more from him. You know what I mean? I want to see more from Travis Hunter. He was all hyped up. You traded up in the draft to get him, and it doesn't feel like a number 2 overall pick so far. You know what I mean? I don't feel like we're seeing the production, but I know Liam Cohen is going to cook something up, especially with BTJ, you know, dropping so many balls this year. It's been crazy to see. So that's our picks there. If Max Crosby's out too, this is going to be a slaughter. I feel Jags win. Speaking of slaughters, another 9:05 p.m. kickoff. LA Rams hosting the New Orleans Saints. I'm guessing it's going to be 3 for the Rams from us. There we go. The spread, -13.5. That's a big ass spread. The Saints have announced Tyler Schuff is going to start this game. This guy, by the way, I read somewhere that he was in college for like 6 years or something. This guy's like old, bro. I had a joke lined up and I can't remember what the punchline was. Damn it. Damn it.
Is that how old he is?
It might be. That's how long I've been waiting for him to get out of college. I forgot the punchline. But nah, give me a Rams win and cover. It's a lot of points. It really is. Puka might be back, but I don't know. Matthew Stafford's playing sensational. They're coming off a bye week too. And I've got Matthew Stafford to demolish this Saints team. And I'm also a fan of the rattlesnake, Spencer Rattler, so this one hurts to see him be benched. I don't think he was playing that bad, but I guess you've got to do something when you're 1-7. Christ, I didn't realize it was that bad. So, yeah, Tyler Schuff, take his under. Key.
Yeah.
Who are you picking? We're doing an NFL pick show.
I thought we all agreed Rams. No,
We did, yeah. I'm tripping. My bad. My bad. I forgot that was a
I
thing.
thought you were shouting at me for yawning.
No, I was like,
Get
Key,
this
who's
guy
your
to-
pick? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, we're doing a show. Hello. But my bad. We did all pick Rams already.
Get this guy in the blue tent. Get him in the blue tent.
Yeah.
Literally said this is a unanimous decision, right? For
Yeah.
Rams. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes, we're all picking Rams, right? All right, cool. Hey, Key, who's your pick?
I have short-term memory
Rams by
loss.
20.
I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
So, yeah, Tyler Shuff. Shut up, lad. Let's move on. Big game. It's about time. We've had a lot of stinkers and big spreads. This one, a small spread. I pick 'em. It could go either way. Kansas City Chiefs at Buffalo Bills. The Chiefs 5-3. The Bills 5-2. Coming off their bye week last week. Put belt to ass against the Carolina Panthers. Chiefs, Bills. Q, you want to kick us off for this big matchup? This is the type of game that we just love football, bro. You know what I mean? I love this sport, and this is the type of game that's got me feeling nicey for the weekend. I can't wait for Sunday.
Yeah, it makes me feel a little bit bad that I'm going to be shitting on one of these teams here. But if you look at the Bills' record, they beat a great Ravens team in week 1. And then who did they beat outside of that? Outside of week 1, the Bills beat the Jets. They beat... sorry, I'm actually scrolling through it because I can't fucking find it.
I think
right
the three
now.
of us could
They
beat the Jets.
They beat the Dolphins.
What?
They beat the Saints.
What?
They lost to the Patriots. And lost to the Falcons. Like, outside of the first Ravens game, I don't think this Bills team has actually beat any super great team. And you see the Chiefs, they go beat the Lions on Monday Night Football. Sure, they had their struggles at the beginning of the year. They didn't have all their pieces. I still don't think they should have all their pieces based on what one of them did, what two of them did, hell, what like 3, 4, 5 of them did. But, the league's got to make money somehow, I guess.
I'm sure this guy's got something to say about that.
Taylor Swift's not that bad.
What? What did he say?
I said Taylor Swift's not that bad.
Oh, wow.
Man, Key's just been on a heater this episode, and I think the Chiefs are going to be on a heater in this one. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to light up this Bills defense that I'm still not fully sold on. Josh Allen, MVP last year. It was just what were we doing last year, man? Talking about the arm punt from Josh Allen last year is like, oh, okay. Next person that gets an arm punt announcement looks like they're going to be MVP this year. It was that kind of season. Give me Chiefs in this one.
It's funny you say that.
They're two great teams. They can both keep it close, but give me Chiefs.
It's funny you say that, Q, because I heard a commentator say arm punt this weekend. Do you want to know who the quarterback was?
Aaron Rodgers.
No, it wasn't. It was Carson Wentz.
I'm pretty sure I heard it. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it was some good guy.
It was Carson Wentz. They said he's punted it away with his arm. And sadly, he will not be in MVP contention because he's on IR, and I think he's out for the rest of the season. But the Carson Wentz experience, bro, there we go. We've got an arm punt in there. It's everything that it's made out to be. Let's move to Key. Who are you picking in this game? The Buffalo Bills at home or the Kansas City Chiefs? As Q just mentioned, a lot of questionable players on the Chiefs team, and you are the man of justice. So who are you representing in this game?
I feel like this has got the makings to be game of the week. It's Mahomes versus Josh Allen. It's Kerma versus Kate Bishop's husband. It's Kelsey versus Kincaid. I think it's going to be a good one. Obviously, with Rashee Rice, no doubt he'll break the speed limit of Highmark Stadium. And with no Burrowhead demons, I feel like it's going to be a Bills W. Me and Alfred are going to be watching it in the back cave.
I like it, man. The Buffalo Bats over there. He's picking the Bills to win. Give me, in this game, the Kansas City Chiefs. They are just a dangerous team. They're looking like the Chiefs of old. The last few seasons, the Chiefs haven't really been looking like the Chiefs. It's felt like, they've been carried a lot by the defense. Their offense made a transition, I felt, to a lot of these screen passes and stuff that we're seeing. But now, again, this season, they've got all their pieces back. I've just remembered what the intro segment was that I said at the start. I forgot. The intro segment, I wanted to talk about which team you think has the best wide receiver group in the league. Spoilers on my pick for this conversation. I think it's the Chiefs, bro. Their room is just incredible. Rashee Rice, I've got to say, I did not realize how good he actually was. I'll be real. Xavier Worthy came in last year as a rookie, and I thought, this guy is the real deal. He's going to be their new number one. Rashee Rice has come back from his suspension and proven I'm still number one. Xavier Worthy's sensational. Juju Smith-Schuster comes in on third down a lot. He converts on third down. This guy loves third and Juan. How about third and Juju? You've got Noah Gray and Travis Kelce to play 12 personnel. That's a great little duo right there. Travis Kelce still got it, even though he keeps doing this thing where he just hands interceptions to the other team. He's done it twice this season, and that's not a lot, but it's still weird that it happened twice type shit, you know what I'm saying? Tyquan Thornton had a great start to the season. He got no catches last week, though. I don't know how you can have a guy who's been this electric for the whole season, and then he doesn't even get 10 plays or something last week. I know Rashee Rice is him and he's back now, but to not give him any plays after how well he's been playing, but that's a testament to how good this Chiefs room is. I haven't even mentioned Hollywood Brown, by the way. Bum-ass Hollywood Brown, who was on the parlay last weekend, couldn't even get 2 catches. Anyway, give me the Chiefs to win. I just don't see how the Bills can even compete in this game unless Josh Allen has one of his Superman type performances, which we haven't really seen from him this season. But if we're ever going to see it, this is the game where he needs to step up and prove he deserved that MVP last year. Last year. What are you doing this year for us, Josh? Because I'll be real as well. I'm seeing people talk about, MVP. Early, talks about MVP. And the top 4 I'm seeing is Drake May, Patrick Mahomes, Jonathan Taylor, and Josh Allen. I'm like, who invited my man? You know that picture of all the soldiers in a line and there's just a clown in the middle? I'm like, how did he get in? How did Josh Allen, is he still in these conversations? Because I don't think he's been MVP worthy this season. Am I crazy for saying that?
No.
All right, well, give me the Chiefs. Go on.
Yeah. No. He's been MVP worthy for the very first game, and then outside of that, he's been carried by the rest of his squad. I mean, looking at the Panthers game last week, you see 40-0, you think, oh, Josh Allen must have went off against this sorry team. It was the James Cook show the entire time. So yeah, he's been carried by James Cook. One of us was very lucky picking him up in fantasy, I will say that. But yeah, we're still waiting on whatever last year's Josh Allen is, and to see if he can play that way this year.
On that topic of picking players up in fantasy, Q, I just wanted to point out something, a little side tangent from this game. I went back and looked at our draft. Nobody drafted Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor went under the radar in our draft. Key picked them up after the draft. And I'm looking back how the fuck did we allow that to happen? That's crazy. My excuse is that I was picking up only rookies in the running back position. I had 5 rookies, if you remember. That's my excuse. How did he go under the radar? It's outrageous.
Yeah, it was. I thought I had 2 pretty good running backs, but obviously I didn't have the best one.
Literally, and then this guy ends up with him. It's crazy to see. Let's move into Justice. That's a great side bit, by the way. The late kickoff, 1:20 a.m. It was so nice to have it at midnight last week, but we're back to normal time. Seattle Seahawks at the Washington Commanders, -3.5 on the spread in favor of the Seahawks. Now, I'm a fan of Marcus Mariota. Genuinely am. Anytime I hear that man's name, it gives me such nostalgia to when I was back in secondary school, high school for you Americans, and I was working with my English teacher on the school newsletter, and I made an NFL column. And at the time, what's he giving me the thing for?
What a dork.
Fuck out of here, boy. Who's a dork? And he's sat here looking like he's about to go save Gotham City. Boy, fuck out of here. Anyway, I was doing an NFL column for the school newsletter. It was the draft. Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota went 1 and 2. Can't remember which order it was. But that's why anytime I hear the name Marcus Mariota now, I get such nostalgia back to Mariota in that Titans jersey. I wrote a whole article about him. What year was that? 2016, I want to say?
2015.
2015? Damn.
2015.
I'm old as fuck, bro. So, yeah. With that being said, though, give me the Seahawks to win and cover. JSN is the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. He's not. It's still Jamar Chase, but he's definitely top 3. We could argue that case too. Sam Darnold's playing out of his mind. This Commanders team, you know, I love Bobby Wagner from the old school Seahawks days. Frankie Louvu's a player, but they're cooked. I think they're cooked. The Commanders write this season off and give me the Seahawks. Key. In fact, we're going to Q because you pissed me off. Let's go with Q first.
Yeah. I called the Commanders Nostalgia FC a little while ago because they have so many of these old guys that you're just wondering, like, man, where'd the time go? Where'd prime Bobby Wagner go? Where'd Marcus Mariota and his 87-yard run against the Jaguars go? Man, I want to go back, man, but I can't go back. The Seahawks team has been legit all year. Last year, I was so down on them, and I just got to be so back on them, and I hate it. I hate the fucking Seahawks. I hate the NFC West, and yeah, give me Seahawks in this one.
Mr. Justice.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks have been consistently mid, but this Commanders team's been shite. Without JD5, they've been shite. They've been regular visitors to Pooville. It's going to be another week. It's going to be another week for them. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Wow, a Niners fan taking the Seahawks. I never thought I'd see the day, you know. I thought you were a Seahawks hater till you die.
I need to get some more W's in my pick'em. I'm currently struggling. I'm last in the co-hosts.
Ooh, that's a good point. Actually, who's top after last week?
Can we do Batman trivia instead? No.
It's me. Batman trivia. Who you picking? Joker
we can
versus Bane.
Bane.
Yeah, that's like the damn fucking Chiefs versus the Dolphins. Let's go to the next game. Are we all ready to move on? Just making sure everyone's picked because I have short-term memory loss. Monday night, another division rival for Key. We've got the Arizona Cardinals 2-5 up against the Dallas Cowboys 3-4-1. It's in Jerry's world. Minus 2.5 point favorites are the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys to win and cover. Are you kidding me? This Cardinals team, it's shit. We've got Trey McBride though in my fancy team. Shout out to him for being a shining light here. But I know the Cowboys defense is arse. But so is Kyler Murray. I'll be real. I don't even know if he's playing in this one or if the second string dude's playing again. Jacoby Brissett, is he? He actually had a good game against the Colts and covered the spread. He's not going to cover the spread in this one. Cowboys to win by a blowout. This offense at home for the Cowboys is sensational. We can score 40. Can the Cardinals keep up? I don't think so. Give me the Cowboys. Key?
Yeah, if I have to bet money on Dak CD and George Pickens versus Kyler Murray and the Arizona Pigeons, honestly, I'd have to pick the Cowboys. You know, it's mainly because of my shiesty brother, my brother in arms, George Pickens. I don't really like picking the Cowboys, so I don't know why I do it. But honestly, like I said, we need a couple dubs in this column. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. And if they lose, it's a win-win.
Yeah,
if you lose, you're getting jumped.
I'm going Cowboys too. Yeah, I'm going Cowboys too. Jacoby Brissett has proven time and time again he's a quality backup in the league. He's kept it close with the best team in the league in the Colts. He's kept it close in the second best team in the league in the Packers. But this Cowboys offense is still just like on another gear consistently. Outside of last week and a couple bad interceptions, they're prone to putting up like damn near 40 a game. I can definitely see it happening against this Cardinals defense. So give me Cowboys in this one.
I love it, man. And that brings an end to our picks. Anything else to add before we move to our pick 6 parlay? Let's get to it then. Key, I know that you've got 2 picks in mind, don't you? Do you want to kick us off?
Yes. So, staying on the theme of Halloween, my 2 picks. So both of them are questionable, which is a bit stinky. So we have Scary Terry, which I think he's going to play, and we also have Jacoby Myers. I hope you guys get those references. That's 2 great picks. So Jacoby
It's not.
Myers is in trade talks right now.
So that makes it an even worse
So
pick.
if he does in fact move, I have a backup pick that is Travis Hunter, which Scott brought up before, stole me whole spiel. So I don't even need to say anything.
I'm used to this
Travis
guy
Hunter,
stealing my flow.
backup.
Is it because it's scary the way you can play both ways?
And a hunter, because he hunts people.
And he's a
in my
hunter?
opinion.
Yeah. Like, what else is a hunter? I don't know. I was thinking like
Shooting
fucking
at pace.
Demon Hunter. K-pop Demon Hunters, there we go. Q, have you got 2 picks for us? We're not picking Jacoby Myers, by the way. That's a waste of money. We're not even sponsored by a betting company to do shit like that. So we're definitely not throwing money down the well. I like the Travis Hunter pick though, because it was going to be one of mine. So let's go with Scary Terry McLaurin. I love it. And Travis Demon Hunter. Q, who's you picked for your 2? I don't even think there's any other like Halloween theme picks you could probably go for here, but what are you shaking your head at? Do you want Jacoby Myers?
Listen,
Oh.
I was looking all day.
Oh, Fizz. Q, over to you, bro. Who you got?
Yeah, I don't know if I have any other guys with scary names like that, but I have a very scary player. He's definitely proven it time and time again. I got Tucker Kraft for an anytime touchdown. He has been balling out. He's been absolutely exceptional this year. On my birthday last year, he went for 4 catches and 2 touchdowns against the Rams, and I thought, oh shit, here comes the Tucker Kraft ball knowers. Everybody's going to be high on this guy. Everybody's just going to be talking about how he's one of the best tight ends in the league. It was crickets. And then, of course, he comes out this year, balls out against the Commanders, balls out against the Steelers, and finally, this guy's getting some recognition. So give me Tucker Kraft, anytime touchdown. And I'm looking through these other games here, and I'm not seeing a whole lot, but I think I'm going to have to give it to another one of my guys. We've thrown him on the pick 6 before. He's balled out before, and I hope he's not injured. Let me double check real quick. But I was going to go with my guy for the longest time. Pause for dramatic effect. Perfect. All right. I'm going with my guy. He's been my guy since day one. Give me Devontae Adams.
I like it. I do like it. He is still, even at this old age, one of the best receivers in the league. One of the best route runners I've seen. And if you get the Rams in a goal line situation, expect that 1v1 fade on the outside. I love it. Devontae Adams onto the pick 6 parlay. It's up to me to not ruin it now, because I'm looking at those 4 guys right there and I'm like, this could hit. And this will be big odds, by the way, because we picking receivers. Usually we go for a lot of running backs, which the odds are very low for. But we picking receivers, tight ends. Last week I played it safe with Jonathan Taylor and Bijan Robinson. That was a very safe pick from me. And it cost me because Bijan did not get in the end zone. Do I do it? Do I do it, boys? Do we go with Jonathan Taylor? How are we feeling about a little Jonathan Taylor action? I feel like with him we should do 2+ touchdowns because it's just not fair. You probably get like 1 penny back if you bet on him to score. I'm actually not going Jonathan Taylor though, as much as I really want to. I really want to do Jonathan Taylor just for the bit. But the first guy I'm going with at home, 8.5 point spread, tells me there's going to be points in this game. One of my favorite receivers in the league, one of my favorite podcasters, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Give me Amon-Ra. That's the biggest guy I was disappointed I didn't get in our NFL fantasy draft because I really like Amon-Ra. Put him on the pick 6 parlay this week. And we never normally include the Thursday game in the parlay, but I'm going to work overtime to make sure this video gets out before the game. I want to pick a Baltimore Raven to get in on the score sheet here. On the theme of Halloween, we know the Baltimore Ravens are named that because of Edgar Allan Poe. Very famous figure in the macabre scene. Big poet. He had a poem called The Raven. Why they're called the Baltimore Ravens? Because he died in Baltimore. So let me go with a spooky pick. I'm going Lamar Jackson is back. Who's his guy in the red zone? I could go with anyone here because I think there's going to be a high scoring game. I can see Mark Andrews getting in there. I can see Derrick Henry getting in there. But let me spoil the parlay on day one with DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going Hopkins. It's a scary pick because I don't even know how many snaps he's going to get. Don't you be pulling faces, Jacoby Myers. You were trying to spoil it from the start.
I can't even do me signature eyebrow raise.
You look more like that picture of the dog, the brown dog that's like looking sideways. I'm going D-Hop. That's a bad pick. I know it is, or is it? Because if that hits first, we're on for cash money this weekend, I'm telling you. So we've gone.
The Pickham's blue. The Pickham's gone by the first game.
I don't want to hear this from lad. He called you Q, but this guy's new name should be Q. Questionable Scary Terry and questionable Jacoby Myers, and he wants to talk about Q. Fuck out of here, boy. We're going Scary Terry McLaurin, Travis Hunter, Tucker Kraft, Devontae Adams, Jonathan Taylor. Who did I pick? I can't even remember. D-Hop and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a very scary parlay, and that's going to be like £2 billion if this wins because we've got all receivers there. Wow. Well, if you want to bet the boys and tail along with us, please gamble responsibly because that is a very risky parlay we have put together there. But if it wins, we're all rich, and we'll see you here next week for another episode of the Nameless NFL Show. This has been sensational. This has been a very fun episode to do. It's been fun to dress up. We should have Halloween more often, or we should just dress up more often. He normally wears a mask in all these episodes anyway, so it's no different for him.
The mask of handsome Squidward.
Oh, man. You actually look like Squidward before when you put the ears down. Same head shape as him. Oh, that looks so funny.
Wearing a Daredevil mask.
About to say you look like Daredevil. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, boys, any final remarks before we head off?
I really, really thought when Q said this guy's proven to be scary, he's going to pick Rashee Rice, You'll see me just start smiling. That's what I thought he was going.
I should have picked Mark Andrews over D-Hop. But we're going D-Hop, fuck it. Do you know why I've picked D-Hop? Because I saw somebody post him, and somebody posted A-Rod in those Steelers uniforms from last week and said, nobody's ever looked this washed before. And then someone replied with D-Hop in a Ravens jersey, and I was like, D-Hop's been balling for the Ravens. Him and Lamar have chemistry, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm picking D-Hop here, purely out of spite. It's a bad one, though. He hasn't scored in his last 5. Now's the time to do it, though.
Never let us down before.
I will happily lose on the first player of the week because then I'll just put it back on again for Sunday. But without D-Hop in there. Gamble responsibly. Is that it, boys? Are we signing off?
I think that's it, man.
Well, very fun episode. If you have enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join the pick'em. Let us know your team down below. And if you think your team's going to win this week, did we pick against your team this week? Let us know in the comments. And we'll catch us on the next one for another thrilling, electrifying episode. Take it easy, people, man.
Oh, guys, my ears hurt. Let me take it off. I'm sweating. One sec.
I'm afraid I won't be able to place this parlay because the injury report isn't out for the Commanders yet. So Scary Terry's going to have to get omitted. I thought you said you were taking the mask off, Key. No, he said he's got his headphones on. Could you hear us then?
Yeah.
Oh.
You should be the Joker because I'm going to bestow hatred upon you, sir.
I'll happily be the Joker if I can bag Harley Quinn.
I'll have Zoe Kravitz and it's a deal.
Oh, actually, I'm more of a Catwoman guy than Harley Quinn guy still. Can we swap places? Tag you in. Hardy boys. It's funny because that sounds like Key's favourite website. Hardly boys.
The Hard Boys. Twink Boys. My favourite website is twinkappreciation2025.com.
That's staying in the video.
We can't.
Why?
Not
Open up the
sponsored.
website.
No free promotion.